Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Daniel Black,
I'm Nevada.
and this is Big in a Small Town podcast,
Episode 4.
otherwise known as Take It at Face Value.
Taking it at face value. Not only are we taking it at face value today, but if you're new here, we this is our podcast and we talk about personal growth, living boldly, and how to break the barriers of the environment that surrounds you. And today's episode, we're going to be chatting about
The phrase.
take it at face value.
And what does that mean?
A lot of people say it and they don't
But
really.
nobody says it with their chest.
Yeah, we need to say things with our chest around here, and we're going to be giving you some great advice and sharing stories about how we've learned to take things at face value and what it means for us. But first, we're going to play a little game.
We're gonna play a sick little game.
A little game. Game.
Called Gay.
Or sick in the motherfucking head.
So, I have one that I wrote while I was doing my sexy little workout at the gym, and honestly, I was laughing to myself. It's my personal favorite, so I'm gonna just lead with it.
Okay, perfect. I'm ready.
So, if your favorite show as a kid was Barney, are you gay or are you sick in the head?
Oh,
What do you think about
my
that?
God.
Isn't it?
That's
Isn't
funny.
it funny?
That's fucking funny. Oh my God, wait, what? I've never thought about that.
I didn't either. I was
Oh
like,
my
I was
gosh.
working out of the gym, like doing leg press, and I was like,
That's good.
that's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay. My immediate thought was sick in the head.
Okay.
But I want to hear where this came from. And do you think it's gay or sick in the head?
Why do I have to answer? You're the answerer.
Okay. I had beef with Barney. I did not fuck with Barney. I thought it was weird. I think I actually made fun of my sister because she liked it, and I just thought it was like the weirdest fucking show ever. So that's why I think it's sick in the head, because my sister that liked it, she's not gay.
Okay.
She's a straight sister,
See,
and she is sick.
but
Like, it's more sick in the head.
She's a little sick in the head.
Who is it?
But like, okay, so here's my thing with it. Like, it's such a weird premise of a show. Barney,
It's sick.
a purple dinosaur, like, it's just so weird to me. But I also feel like maybe possibly like a lot of gay people might be into like the purple colors and like the dancing and the music.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's kind of a little queer coded. Like, Barney's kind of giving gay.
Did you watch it growing up?
I watched a little bit of it, but it was not my favorite show.
I feel like it's gay to watch VeggieTales.
Well, yeah.
That's
That I think is gay and Christian. You're a gay Christian if you watch VeggieTales
and like
and like love it.
and love it.
Yeah, you're a
I
little
love
gay.
VeggieTales.
Okay, but actually my favorite, like, side topic, but my favorite show as a kid, which I also think is possibly gay or sick in the head, was Teletubbies.
That's both.
Bruh, I know.
That's actually both.
That wasn't my original question because I didn't want to like make it about me. So I was like,
Okay.
Barney's not about me, but Teletubbies would be.
Oh my gosh, do you know what? You know that like baby that's the sun? That's
Yes.
like you.
Yes.
That's like you when you wake up.
Yes. Yes.
It's literally you.
Yes.
Was that you as a kid?
Okay, now I'm gonna like change up the vibe a little bit
Okay.
for the next gay or sick in the head.
Okay.
If you move to Europe to be with a man as your number one like leading reason for doing it, are you gay or are you sick in the head?
Huh. I would say that's a sickness.
Oh, sickness.
That's a sickness. Moving to any country for someone else is a sickness. Unless it's like
Ooh.
your best friend, then that's not sick.
It's never sick if you're best friends.
Yeah. If you're best friends and you're moving.
Nothing is gay or sick in the head if you're best friends.
No.
Hashtag no homo.
No homo. I'm done.
That was good.
That was good.
Okay. I'm already loving this episode.
No,
So,
this is good.
posting a thirst trap in your underwear on Maine.
A thirst trap in your underwear.
In your underwear specifically.
I feel like
Is that more gay coded or
That's-
sick in the head coded?
that's more gay coded.
Okay.
I would say, well, because I'm trying to think of like if I've ever seen a straight woman post in their underwear as a thirst trap, and I've only seen like queer women do that. Like I could only imagine a queer woman doing that, and of course like a queer man
Yeah.
would do that. So I would say it'd be gay.
I will comment on this one. I think it's sort of like one of those things. If you do it and you're gay, it's like kind of cool.
Yeah,
But if you do it and you're straight, it's like, ew, what are you doing, weirdo?
and you'd be sick.
And you'd be sick in the head. I don't know. Like, I don't make the rules, but we do make the rules.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah.
Do you feel that way?
We do make the rules.
We do make the rules. Okay. Did I say I had one more?
Yeah.
Oof. Which one do I really want to do? Should I go for low hanging fruit, niche, or relatable?
Niche.
Okay. This one's a little more niche. So, is Charlie XCX releasing Sympathy as a Knife more gay coded or more sick in the head?
Whoa.
And if you have to take a step back, like the album Brat.
I think she had to be sick in the head to write that album.
Ugh.
It was the best illness of all time. The best sickness. Being a brat is
a sickness.
It's a sickness. I will say
And
that song specifically.
if being sick is a crime, I'm serving with Brat forever.
I love that.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Sympathy is a Knife, and particularly. Oh, that one's. I'm like kind of thinking about it because it is a little gay. It's a little gay.
I feel like the whole album is a little gay.
Absolutely.
But I was just thinking, like, I just wanted to narrow in on one of the songs.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously Von Dutch, I feel like, is more gay than Sick in the Head. And I didn't want to pick, like...
Really? I feel like Von Dutch is, like, sick in the head.
With Addison Rae,
I feel like it's sick. Yeah, I feel like that song is sick in the head.
I feel like it's gay.
Really?
Oh, my God. I guess we have one disagreement here in the chat. Maybe our listeners can resolve this one.
Yeah, wait, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Von Dutch is gay or sick in the head?
I think we're going to need to battle this one in the comments.
Yeah, I'm a little bit stumped, actually. Damn.
Battle in the comments.
Yeah, let us know, you guys.
So that concludes our segment of Gay and Sick in the Head. I know I had a lot of fun. And next, I want to transition into this little metaphor for taking it at face value that I thought of in my head when we talked about doing this concept at all,
Yes.
which is a coin. And you can't really see here, but this is a face on a coin.
Daniel's holding up a quarter for those of you who are listening.
Taking it at face value. And I think the easiest way for me to conceptualize taking something at face value is like, it's either heads or tails, accept it, and move on. So Nevada, heads or tails, and describe this concept for us.
Okay, I'm going to guess heads.
I'm too gay for this.
Oh,
It's
it was tails.
tails.
Okay, so I can't change my decision, even though my first thought was to go for tails. But I have to take it at face value for what it was. And it was tails. And I wanted heads. And I didn't get a head. I didn't get a head. No, so no head, no head. I got tails. So what does that mean? Taking something at face value means that you are taking it literally for what it is, whether it's an action, a person, a situation. You have to take something as it appears, as it is shown to you. So taking it at face value has that concept, and implementing it into my life in the ways that it has, it's helped me a lot. And last year, I feel like I finally learned a lesson of how to take things at face value and started doing that. And
So what does that mean?
so what does it mean?
Okay, take it at face value. How do I know what the value of something is? Like, what how do I even begin to understand how deep does this concept go?
So it really depends on what your worth, how you see your worthiness. Because everybody has self-worth, and you can have high self-worth or you can have low self-worth. When you have high self-worth, I believe you're able to take things at face value. And you can assess a situation, take it as it is, and be able to move on, because you don't need validation from people, places, or things, or situations. You're able to take things as they are and be like, okay, I accept this, or no, this is not acceptable for me in my life and I deserve more. So
basically, self-worth is a tool that you can use to help you better take something at face value. If you believe in your self-concept and worth and desires and wants, and validate them and say, like, I matter, I want this, you give yourself the permission to take something at face value.
Yes.
Okay.
And why is taking something at face value important? Taking things as they are important because it's going to save you time, and everybody has wants in their life.
Oh, that part.
Everybody has wants, everybody has desires. If you desire to be a certain way, to be treated a certain way, to have a job, if you desire to exist in peace, you want these things because they're what you want. Everything you want, you deserve, and you can absolutely have. But when things appear in your life that start to impact what you want, that is when taking something as it is can or not, it could either have a benefit or a cost. So I guess I'll start getting into it by one of the lessons that I've learned with taking something at face value, because throughout the years, I've seen how people treat me. I've let people treat me that way, even though it's not what I wanted. It's not how I wanted to be treated.
How did you notice that you're being treated a certain way?
In this situation in particular, the most recent lesson that I was able to actually implement the lessons that I had previously learned is the lesson of friendship and seeing how people treat you, and knowing that I don't want to be treated that way. So I had to make a decision. Do I continue to be friends with them? Do I have a conversation? Or do I cut them out of my life? And what I ended up doing is cutting these people out. But
And how did you come to that?
I became friends with some girls, and we became really close really fast.
Besties.
It was like a trio situation. You know what I mean? When you're in a trio with some girls, and I've seen things online where people are like, you just cannot be in a trio with girls. Someone's going to get their fucking feelings hurt. And guess what? I was the girl in this situation that got her feelings hurt. And I noticed that when I started hanging out with these girls, I would make plans, and I would initiate a lot of the hangouts. But then there came a point where I realized that one of the friends was not initiating hangouts with me, but she was initiating hangouts with the other girl, or the three of us. So they were building a one-on-one relationship. I had my own one-on-one relationships with each of them. And then eventually I noticed how they started to treat me. They wouldn't invite me places when they went out.
I remember that the one-on-ones started to dissolve only for you.
Yeah.
So everyone had a one-on-one relationship with each other. In essence, they continued to strengthen a one-on-one relationship with each other while dissolving their one-on-one relationship individually with you.
Yes. We each had a one-on-one relationship, and then they started to become more close, I guess, because they would hang out more, and then when that started to happen, I felt like I was kind of like being put on the back burner. So I just kind of noticed it. And one of the first situations was I had initiated us like going to the farmer's market. And I was like, hey, like, do you girls want to go to the farmer's market? And one of them responded and one of them did not. And the girl that responded, she was like, oh, hey, girl, like, I have plans. I can't go to the farmer's market. And I was like, okay. So then I texted the other girl one-on-one. And I was like, hey, like, do you want to go to the farmer's market? And she, like, did not respond. She just didn't respond to me, which I kind of noticed throughout the friendship. She, like, just would not respond to texts, or she wouldn't call me back. And I was like, why doesn't she call me, or like why doesn't she text me back? Like I know,
oh, that's a little interesting, or like, but okay.
Yeah, I just kind of noticed it, and I didn't really question it too much because I just don't read into stuff like that. Like I just wanted to take it with a grain of salt,
right,
instead of taking it at face value. So then
you were just kind of like letting it blow under.
I was just like, whatever, it's fine. Like maybe she missed it, who knows. I'm not going to read that much into it. I share locations with these girls, and they ended up going together, and then they turned off their locations.
Going together where?
To eat at a restaurant, and then I went to the farmer's market, and then I was at the farmer's market, and then I saw them at the fucking farmer's market together. And I was like, oh.
It's a knife.
Oh, I literally, like, my heart fucking sunk when I saw them at the farmer's market together. And I was like, okay, like, that's interesting. Because they had turned off their location when they went, like, it looked like they had.
Right. So their locations are on, and then they're like, oh, we're together, and you can see our locations are together. Also, we may or may not be going to the farmer's market, so let's turn our locations off. And then, lo and behold, did you know that this is a small town, mind you?
This is such a small town. There's not many things to do on Thursdays. And also, like, at this point in my life.
Surprise, like, even if you turn off your location, I still have my eyeballs.
Oh, my gosh. And I will do things by myself. Like, I have no problem doing things by myself, but I wanted to hang out with my girlfriends. Like, I was like, girls, like, let's go to the farmer's market. So then that was like the first kind of instance where I was like, damn, they literally didn't text me back.
Yeah, that to me is a knife.
They didn't text me back. They turned off their locations, and they went and did the thing that I wanted to do. So I noticed how they were treating me, and I took note of it. And I had a conversation with one of the girls and was like, hey, I noticed that you guys had gone to the farmer's market and like didn't let me know. And then she kind of like had excuses. She's like, oh, we didn't want to hurt your feelings. We had already planned to go to the farmer's market and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay,
well, you did just hurt them, so.
Well,
it's like, oh, we didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but like, that was way worse.
Oh, yeah. And I was like,
that was way worse.
That was way worse than just saying, hey, we already planned to go to the farmer's market. You could have just been honest with me instead of like turning off the locations and doing the most. Like, I was just like, okay, like, damn, if you guys really don't want me to know what you're doing or that you guys are hanging out together, yeah, like I didn't think it was a big deal.
I think the way it reads is like, you really don't want me to be there that much that you have to jump through all these hoops and obstacles. Like, that's how it reads.
Yes.
I feel like.
So that's how it read. And I was just like, okay, well, like, I would prefer if you guys just, I would prefer some honesty, actually. So we were like, okay, cool.
What was the moment where you were like, where you took it at face value and decided to block instead of negotiating, instead of like trying to get reasons, like, why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me repetitively? Like, what does it mean? Do you like me? Do you not like me? Do you want to be my friend? Do you not? Like, I have so much fun with you. Like, when did you start to just say like, okay, like, I don't know what's going on here, but
What was it?
Okay, then I'll remind you because
Okay, can you remind
I
me?
remember in this moment
I
in
like
time,
really detached from the situation.
Nevada had called me, and I was the person, I think, more so asking the whys of the situation. Like, why do you think someone would do that? Why do you think, like, they wouldn't just be honest? Or why do you think
Oh.
blah, 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 blah? And I was like, well, maybe it's because of this. And I was trying to come up with all these hypothetical scenarios that could possibly explain how the situation unfolded. And I remember Nevada said, I don't know. She went like this with her hand. She was like, I don't even know. I don't even need to ask why because I know what the situation was. I know how it made it feel. And even knowing why isn't going to make me feel better because I feel the way that I feel in response to what happened or what is happening.
Okay. I remembered now. So what they did, so they ended up doing a very similar situation. One of them was moving out of town, and we were going to have like a going away dinner for her. And I was like, oh, like we should get dessert or like do a dinner for like you're going away since it's your last night in town. And she was like, yeah, like let's do it. So then I call her on the day of, and I was like, oh, hey, like, do you want to still get dinner? Like this day came up so quick. Like I hadn't heard anything and we didn't plan anything. So then I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, do you want to get dessert or something? Whatever. She said, oh yeah, I'm having dinner with my family, and then we could get dessert later. So what I found out later is that they actually went to dinner without me, and then they went to the ice cream shop and then texted me when they were already there, and they had like carpooled together to the ice cream shop, and they texted me like, hey, we're here, like come meet us. And I was like,
well, I remember you had suggested like potentially like dinner, ice cream shop, and then the response was like, oh, well, like I had already eaten with my family, but then you had actually come to find out that they ended up eating together, and that that wasn't true.
Yes.
Or maybe it was true that she ate with her family, but the way that she was framing it was not an accurate representation of the full story.
Yeah.
Because she also, yes, while she may have ate with her family, she also went to go eat with the friend that you had suggested the three of you do something together, but then they made side plans, and then they get to the ice cream shop, and then you're kind of like an afterthought of like, oh, should we include her now, even though you were trying to initiate from the beginning?
Yeah.
They then like decided to like throw you in last minute just for maybe like the part that they wanted to tolerate you for. Or like, that's like how I read it. Like that's how it feels.
No, yeah, it's definitely how it feels. So
I'm not gonna say that's what the intention or the goal was, but I will say that that's how that would make me feel.
Yeah, that I didn't really think about it too much. So
well, you didn't. I was, because this is why I wanted you to lead with the story, because like I was the one sitting over here, like it didn't really affect me because I wasn't being excluded, so my feelings weren't really involved, and I was just like, like
he was kind of hypothesizing.
I wonder
like, why they would do that. And so after that situation, I was just like, okay, that's weird. And
you were like, would it be crazy if I blocked them? And then I was like, well, you can do whatever you want. And you're like, I blocked them. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. But I think in some versions of the word, right, what you did in that moment was you decided to stop letting those small little clues go undiscovered, and you instead started to like look at the clue, read it. How does that clue sit with me? How do I feel with it? I'm gonna notice it. You compiled all the clues, and you're like, okay, I don't think I want to solve this mystery.
Yeah.
Or maybe you did solve the mystery, and it was enough in that moment. But that was where the like gavel came down, and you were like, okay, case closed.
Yeah, that I had seen the way they treated me. I'm an afterthought. I'm not included. And that's just not how I want to be treated in a friendship.
And that's okay.
And that's perfectly okay. Who the fuck wants to be treated like that in a fucking friendship? Not me. not you. Who wants
No.
to be an afterthought in a friendship? Like, be fucking for real. So I realized these girls, like, even if I were to ask them, which I already did, I asked them to like meet me with some honesty. I already asked them to be honest with me, even if they make other plans. Like, you guys don't have to hide the plans from me. They obviously didn't want to do that. I saw the way that they were treating me. I didn't like it, and I knew that they would keep treating me this way if I continued to let them be in my life. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut it off and let that be that, because I'm not going to beg girls to treat me as a friend. Like, I don't want to have to beg people to treat me how I want to be treated as a friend. And that's how I love the friends that I have, because I do have few friends, but the friends that I do have are really good friends, and I never have to really ask for them to treat me right, or to treat me with some dignity, or just to treat me like with the bare minimum of friendship. Like, all my friends treat me way above the bare minimum, and I wasn't getting bare minimum from these girls. So I cut it off, and I took their actions for what they meant, and the face value part that I applied to this situation was, okay, this is how they're treating me. I can either continue to let them treat me like that. I could obsess about why they're treating me like that. Like, oh, do they not like me? Do they, like, are they jealous of me? Do they, like,
do they hate
are
me?
they insecure? Like, are they, I have no idea.
Did I do something wrong?
Did I do something wrong to piss them off? Like, is
there something wrong with me?
Is there something wrong with me? I could have hypothesized all these questions, but the reason why I didn't is because I have high self-worth and I value myself. And even if I had the answer of why they did what they did, it wouldn't change the fact that their actions showed how they felt about me. And I took their actions for face value. I didn't need to know the why behind it, because how Daniel was saying, Daniel was like hypothesizing, like, yeah, why wouldn't they text you, or like, why didn't they invite you? Why were you invited when they're already at the ice cream shop? And literally, I just remember,
and I remember her snapping, and she was not snapping, but like she snapped out of it, or she snapped me out of it maybe, and she was like, well, I don't need to know why. And I was just like, okay, what does that mean? And she's like, she didn't say it with these words, but what she basically said in that moment was like, well, I'm just going to take it at face value.
Yeah.
It was different wording and more of
I think what I said was like, the whys are irrelevant because their actions are showing me everything I need to know.
And that is what it means when people say, take it at face value. That's what that means.
That's what it means. I saw their actions. I decided this is not how I want to be treated. And I wasn't going to try to change them. I wasn't like making excuses for them. Like, oh, like, well, maybe they, like.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, but like, what is giving someone the benefit of the doubt do for the way that you feel?
Yes.
Not that much, right?
I don't really give the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Or what does like trying to ask them and meet with them and beg them and try to change them to be different do for you, other than replay the conscious thought to yourself that says like, you're here and I'm here, and what can I do to make me worthy of you?
Yes.
Like, you're basically negotiating your self-worth.
Yes.
To yourself in front of them.
Yes.
When really your self-worth and your self-power comes from when you take that, note it, and walk away from it. And I think that that's why in that instance, like, while the blocking, maybe some people will think that's the right thing to do. Maybe people would think it's the harsh thing to do. But it doesn't really matter, because it's not about the blocking. It's about taking the action and moving accordingly. Yeah. And that happened to be the way that you moved accordingly. But I think anyone could have reacted to that situation, handled it 100 different ways. But it's really like the mentality and the approach, and then the moving on aspect of it, of like, okay, got it.
Yeah. I think at that point I was just like, you know what? the why, because I just remember, and sorry, I'm getting all over the place, but I love when Daniel was hypothesizing about like the whys, because it really just made it click, like that the whys just don't matter. And
that's when I think the concept really helped solidify in my own mind, because like I feel like the ways in which I was not taking, like the lesson that made me learn the basics for this concept was a 3.5-year relationship, which we've joked about before in other episodes, and I'm not really going to get into the nitty gritty of it today, but I think what that relationship was the person that I was dating from the get-go was showing me that they had certain underlying features, characteristics, interests, desires, and morals and values that were not in alignment with my morals, values, and characteristics.
yes.
The like biggest example of that for me was his display of anger and his ability to scream and yell, belittle, berate. One night it was our third date. We had gone out with him and his sister, and a situation happened where his sister got kicked out of the bar, the club, and instead of just processing the moment and moving on, he then like went out of his way to belittle her, to berate her, to cause a scene, to scream at her, and it caused like a very public, chaotic disruption, and it caused me to feel very, very, very uncomfortable and very unsafe and very like, I don't want to be around this situation or be around someone who is angry and doesn't treat others with respect and doesn't handle their alcohol and is like not a positive person.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I could go in so many details and stories about like all the nonsense, but it really doesn't matter, because for me, that was the first time that I saw it, and that was the first time that I could have taken it at face value and said, that was a lot for a third date. I think I'm gonna not be with you. But instead of leaving it at the third date, I left it at the third year. And while I think it's never like okay or like to treat people less than the way that they deserve to be treated, it's never okay to scream at someone and belittle them and like name call them and beat them down into submission.
Yeah.
Which is what he verbatim said that he was trying to do to me. And his sister also said, why won't you just submit?
That's so weird.
When I look back on that time of my life, I look at how easy things could have been had I not taken those actions at face value from the very first jump.
It's also the taking it at face value. It also really coincides with when people show you who they are.
Believe them.
And believe them the first time.
Believe them the first time.
Believe them the motherfucking first time.
And what I did was I tried to negotiate for what I really what it was is it wasn't about the dramas of this or that happening. It was about the lack of alignment, which we talked about in the last episode. And the fact that I wasn't taking that lack of alignment and what I deserve for myself just at face value and moving on. Like, it didn't have to be dramatic. It didn't have to be like anything drawn out, but because I needed to learn that lesson, it was. And then I had learned that lesson, and in dating, I was like, okay, like if a man's acting inconsistent, like if he's showing up in a way that's not in alignment with me, like I'm going to take that at face value, and like I'm probably not going to pursue anything with them. And I changed my approach to dating, and then only started to really pursue people that I felt like I had a really good alignment with, and that I wanted to pursue that connection with them because I had so many reasons to do so.
Yeah.
So then I would fight for that person. And the aspect of the puzzle that I was missing is when I would fight for that person, and when I would start to like take things at face value and be like, oh, like this is like a great person for me, and here are all the reasons why. What I failed to do was let go of that anxiety and let go. Like, yes, I was taking things at face value, but I wasn't letting go of the why. I was still holding on to the battling for self-worth as if somehow like their action or their desire to not get to know me deeply is my fault. Or if, you know, I talked a little bit about like, my self-worth and like, I really want to like be in relationships where I feel like I'm being valued and respected and that I'm being like honored and seen. Mm-hmm. And what I learned like through Nevada sharing that with me with when I was starting to ask the whys about her situation was I realized that there was still a little bit and still a little bit of piece of me that wanted to negotiate for my self-worth when I don't need to do that anymore. Yes. And that helped me let go when I realized that like, oh wait, my self-worth is intact. I am a phenomenal person. I'm so kind. I'm so funny. I'm so worthy. I'm so valuable. I went through medical school. I'm smart. Like, people gravitate towards me. People think I'm kind. People want to be with me. And someone's choice or someone's perception of me during a very limited understanding of me, and or whether someone chooses to be with me or not or whatever, is not my prerogative because I don't need to know the whys.
The whys are unimportant. And the whys aren't going to help you find... the whys aren't going to make them treat you better.
And begging for them to treat you better, bringing attention to what they did or didn't do. Like, it doesn't make them choose to show up for you. It doesn't make them regret anything. It doesn't get you what you want. Like, it's basically you just begging for someone to give you something that they're choosing to not give you. And instead of doing that, it's so much easier to just say, oh, okay, like, that was this situation and I'm just gonna move on from that. And I think you really helped me in that moment without me realizing it, because while I didn't feel any emotional pull towards that situation per se, I mean, I was friends with those girls too, so like I had, you know, my feelings towards like our dynamics as we were interacting together, but like it wasn't personal towards me feeling that energy that they were giving towards you. So I was able to sit there kind of detached and ask like all these questions of why. But if I was in that engagement with them and I was asking myself those why questions, then that would lead me to like, that could or would lead me to like a spiral into it, like an anxious loop of like, oh, I've taken it at face value, but now I'm like stuck in this like self-worthiness loop of eternity. Of
questioning why is someone treating you like that?
Why didn't they take me at my face value?
And I think I also want to just tell all the listeners out there, it's completely normal for you to be questioning why people do the things they do.
Yes.
It's so freaking human to just be questioning, and you know, you don't know why these people are treating you the way they are, or you don't know why your ex-boyfriend is behaving so belligerently and angrily and belittling people. We don't know why people do the things they do. So part of that hypothesis process is your brain trying to latch onto an explanation, because maybe explaining or knowing why someone is treating you the way they are, maybe it could bring some sort of consolation to your worthiness, essentially, because you feel like you're questioning because you aren't confident in yourself. You don't feel confident with who you are. So you wonder, why do people treat you that way? Because if you were worthy, then they would treat you better. You think if you were worthy, simply they would treat me better if I was worthy or if they liked me. But that's just not the case. People are going to treat you.
People can love you, they can like you, or they can hate you, and they could still treat you the same way.
They could treat you the same way. So knowing the whys isn't actually going to help you when it comes to making your life better.
That part.
Knowing the whys aren't going to make it better. What's going to improve your life is taking people's actions and the way they treat you for what they are. It doesn't matter why they're doing it. I don't care if their grandma just died, they're going through a tough time. That doesn't matter, because life is going to happen. So many things are going to happen. Just because bad things happen or people are going through a hard time or they're depressed or whatever the fuck, you still deserve to be treated with respect, and you deserve to be treated the way you want to be treated in your relationships, in your friendships, with your family. You deserve nothing less, and you don't need the reasoning behind why someone is treating you the way they are, or you don't need a reason for someone.
But I think on the same token, in some senses, it is important for yourself to evaluate if you find that you're doing those things that are self-destructive to other people. I think that is when it is important to evaluate, why am I choosing to react, engage, or abandon or neglect that person in response to the way that they've treated me, right? So, okay, I've taken it at face value. I see the way you're moving. It's affecting me emotionally, and I did XYZ in response. That now falls on to me to ask, wait. Why am I responding in the ways that I'm responding? And that's a moment of self-reflection that only you can answer.
Yeah.
Why is it that you're taking that personally? And why is it that you're not able to move on? And why is it that you're punishing them or justifying them or allowing them to treat you less than you deserve? That's only something that you can answer, because only you decide what it is that you want, and you know it too. And me, I want to say like 2 years ago, a year ago, like talking about this would have been so triggering, because I would have been like, what do you mean? Like, I don't need to know the whys. But actually, it's true. And it was a lesson that I needed. And now I don't, while the whys do come up, the whys pop up, I do try to remind myself that, like, even answering this is not going to get me what it is that I actually want out of this. And if they choose to give that to me, great. If they don't, I can't sit here waiting for them to be or show up differently than they are. And I can't expect myself to lower my self-worth when they're not doing that, when they're not valuing me the way that I value myself in the meantime.
Yes.
So I have to move on, and I have to, like you said, observe the situation, or I mean, you hinted towards it, right? Observe the situation and move accordingly.
Yeah.
And
it's up to you how you're gonna respond.
With or without an explanation, depending on what it is that you need to do for yourself.
Yes. And yeah, with my situation, I noticed that how I was feeling, and I'm like, damn, like I just don't want to be feeling like left out, and I didn't want to question why they were doing the things they did, so I ended up just blocking them, which is a harsh thing to do, and I normally don't block people. I mean, well, I don't know, sometimes I get trigger finger happy with the block button. I think,
but like close relationships,
I
don't think you block people you're close to.
Yeah, I've never really blocked a friend without an explanation, but I think also what allowed me, and I felt empowered to just block without explaining myself, is because I didn't need to explain why I'm removing someone from my life who doesn't treat me how I want to be treated.
So
not everybody deserves an explanation. What would an explanation do for them? Like, is it going to help you for me to be like, okay, like, I don't like the way that you're treating me, so I'm going to block you now? No, I don't owe anyone an explanation. And maybe that's like kind of a savage part.
But I do think with enough self-reflection, you can start to evaluate, maybe on my own terms, why would they have blocked me? And you can kind of answer that for yourself with some reflection, I feel. Right? Like, was there anything that you did that you need to take accountability that led to you getting blocked?
Oh, or like they are reflecting.
Yeah, that's for them to reflect on. Like, did I do anything that maybe I'm not proud of that I can then reflect on and grow from? Or like, did I just get blocked randomly and now I need to take that at face value? And I think that's where like a lot of the growth comes from, is like, even in getting blocked or cut off spontaneously, sometimes the lack of a response is a time for you to grow and to heal, either through like the ways in which the situation hurt you for being blocked unjustly, or in the ways in which you need to take accountability that you did something that was blockable.
Yeah.
And I learned that lesson myself, being blocked.
And when you were blocked, you questioned.
When I was blocked, I was like, why was I blocked? And then I was like, oh, no.
You did, after some self-reflection, you're like,
let
maybe
me
they
journal,
had a point.
Think about it, and I'm like, no, I actually do see where they're coming from. Like,
yeah,
I played my part, and I'm not like that anymore, and that's good for me. And that's good for me to be different.
Yes, and I love that. And also, I think another reason of the blocking, it's not my responsibility.
I love blocking. I think it's amazing.
It's not my responsibility to teach people a lesson.
It's not.
Like, it's really not. Like,
oh my God, yes.
They can act how they want to. I don't even know if they want to change. Like, does this person want to change? And even if they did, it's not my responsibility to
change them or to fix them.
To fix them.
Or like, to get them to love you. And that's the same thing that like I did towards the end of my relationship in my situation. I left kind of essentially without explanation. And for me, the behavior was so violent and aggressive and demeaning that for me, giving an explanation would only be me trying to negotiate my self-worth. Ugh. And there was nothing left to negotiate. There was nothing left to talk about. It was so bad that I was like, this relationship is over. And for me, like, for anyone who wants a little tiny tad bit piece of advice on how to leave an angry spouse, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, anyone who yells at you, screams at you, berates you, belittles you, devalues your worth, or threatens you, hits you, or creates an environment that's unsafe for you, my personal opinion is that there is no point in giving that person an explanation. And there's really not, like, sometimes you just can't work through it, or you just don't want to. And
it's okay to not want to
and
work
it's
through
okay
something.
It's okay to just leave, because also, like, think of, in some scenarios, how mature that is. Instead of propagating the cycle, spinning the block, hitting them back, belittling them back, continuing the back and forth of like, I'm right, you're wrong. No, this is my worth. No, you need to treat me this way. That's how people get into continuous loops of toxic relationships in dating, but also in friendships, and sometimes family dynamics, where you just keep going around and around. And so sometimes it really is like, while people may perceive you to be the villain, sometimes it is the healthy thing to do to just walk away and leave no trace. And that's a controversial opinion to some, but trust me, you will save yourself, and you will save them also a lot of unnecessary back and forth arguing. Yeah. Because again, what are you trying to do in that moment when you know you don't want to be involved with that person at all, ever again, when you're trying to have that conversation with them, besides, again, explain the whys that you don't need to have answered, and two, you're negotiating your self-worth.
I think the only thing you need to know in a situation like that is that you don't like the way you're being treated,
and that you have the power to move accordingly, because you can control yourself, and you can answer why to yourself, but you can't answer someone else's whys.
And yeah, and you don't need to answer someone's whys. You just need to know that you don't like being treated that way, and that is enough to walk away on your own terms. And
I think, like, for me, with these concepts, like, these are just some examples of things in the past that, to I think both of us, don't impact our day-to-day life, but it is such a crucial lesson And the two examples that we gave are such applicable situations that people find themselves in, friendships and relationships, and
Yes.
engaging in the exact dynamics that I know that there are listeners who will have exactly a similar situation with friendships and exactly a similar dating situation.
Yes.
And can apply it to start taking actions at face value, or just to not feel alone if they did in the past. And furthermore, I think the most important thing is there's so many other examples that I'm not even going to talk about in this current moment, to how I have in my day-to-day life, even this past week, been taking the actions of other people in my environment and not attributing it to something personal about me, whether that is the environment that you find yourself in, the city that you find yourself in, the line of work that you find yourself in. Learning to apply that concept in whatever sphere it can incapacitate you or affect you, and just saying, okay, like, that's an interesting way to move in that situation, but that doesn't affect my competency
Yeah.
or my knowledge or how I choose to show up. So I'm just going to notice, I'm going to remember, and I'm going to move on. And that premise, I think, is universally applicable, which is why I'm really grateful to have learned this lesson, why I'm comfortable sharing my harm and painful ways in which I came to this lesson and growth. Like, it does involve sometimes a little bit of pain to grow, and that's why I ultimately am so grateful for these opportunities, regardless of how traumatic or heartbreaking or whatever they are, because now, like, I am such a better person for it.
Yeah.
And I truly feel that way. I'm like, thank you for treating me like so poorly, because now I'm an even bigger, better version of myself. And that may be crazy, but that has inspired me to get hotter, smarter, better, to make more money. Like, I literally took those situations where people treated me so poorly, and I was like, oh, so you think I'm worthless? Right. Okay.
Right.
You thought I was ugly. Let me show you what ugly really looks like. And then I just got 10 times hotter. It's inspiration. Like, it's honestly inspirational when people devalue me, because I'm like, oh my God, like, you just reminded me I can go up even higher.
Also, like, thank you for treating me so honestly with how you really feel. Thank you, because apparently you didn't have the fucking nuggets to actually say it to my face. You just had to show me through your actions. And now I get to respond accordingly. Blocked, bitch.
I'm obsessed that you say that right now, because it's true. It's like, thank you for showing me what you're capable of.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing me how deeply you love, how well you show up, what your capacity is, how you choose to fight for the people in your life or not.
I'm also thankful that they showed me who they were, because it gave me an opportunity to show up as who I am. And it gave me the opportunity to apply a lesson.
I'm about to pass away.
Of walking away when it didn't, like, when it wasn't what I wanted. And I think a bit, like, what impacted me so hard about this situation is that I wanted friends. But I've wanted friends. And if you want something so bad and you get it, sometimes you're willing to keep it because you're desperate. Sometimes you're going to want to be in a friendship because you don't have any other friends, so you kind of accept the way that your shitty friend is treating you, or you want love so bad.
And come to think of it.
So you stay in these relationships.
Did I do that? Yeah, I did.
You wanted love, so you stayed in an abusive relationship even though the person was treating you bad. But we have grown since then, and I'm thankful because last year, yes, I wanted friends, but I also know what kind of friends that I wanted. Like, I know who I am. I know I'm a confident person. I know I'm fucking fun and I'm funny, and I am a giver. Like, I'm a generous friend. Like, I love to make the plans. Like, I just want to have fun. So when I wasn't getting that out of the friendship, even though I barely had any other friends, like Daniel's literally one of my
I stuck through it. I was like, The amount of crash outs she had during this time. But I was like, you're doing amazing, sweetie. But at the same time, how many crash outs did I have in my dating life, right?
Yeah.
But we had different struggles, but we worked together through this lesson.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for it too. Like, because now, like, I think, I mean, you've always been an amazing friend to me, so I'm not going to, like, say that it made our friendship better, but I think it made your friendships better. Like, your social circles better, your community better. And for me,
by not settling
the
way that people were treating me, I didn't have to accept
this lesson for me is what I know makes me in this current moment of my life a good partner. I know that I'm a good partner, and I always have been. Yes. I know that I'm a good boyfriend, but now I know how to date and show up even better than I did before. And now I know that, I mean, perfect doesn't exist, but in my head, I'm like, now I feel like I am the perfect boyfriend. Like, I really do feel that way because, like, I have just let go. Like, I have totally let go, and I am really excited. And that's why, like, this whole new year, I've been feeling like love is going to come in for me. And I think it's because, like, I'm really healing through these lessons, and I'm taking, like, the actions of men with, like, a grain of salt. I'm just like, okay, cool. And it literally, I don't act unbothered. I am unbothered. I don't pretend to give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
He just doesn't give a fuck.
If I look like I don't give a fuck and you're like, wow, he really must not care about this. Trust me, I fucking don't.
Trust that the look on my face is one of someone who gives 0 fucks.
Babe, when I tell you I don't act, I am.
As we wrap up this episode, I'd love to talk about a little bit about the cost of not taking something at face value.
Me or you?
Me or her? When our brain cell like is selling. I love that. I think the cost of not taking something at face value is time wasted, your energy. You could start to spend your emotions. You could start to get yourself angry. Yeah. Like, imagine if I had
this feels like it's about me, but I think it's actually universal.
Yeah. This is just universal.
No, but what you're saying right now feels like you're literally talking directly to me. That's why I know anyone listening is going to be like, she's talking right to me. Like, she's talking about me.
She's literally talking about me. But if someone is hitting you with a fucking bat over the head.
Right.
They're hitting you with a bat over the head. Are you really going to sit there and think, oh, maybe they love me. Maybe they love me. So maybe they really love me and they're just having a hard day and they really just need to hit someone over the head with the bat.
And maybe, like, it was a really soft bat. Like, maybe it was a pillow and, like, it didn't hurt that bad. Like, it didn't break my skull.
Yeah, like, they didn't, like, physically harm me. Like, but they kind of did. But, like, I know they didn't mean to.
Like, I went to the hospital, but, like, I didn't die. Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, there's so many
hypotheses,
like, variations of explaining the circumstance.
But all you need to know is they fucking hit you with the bat. And
that was a bat.
You don't need to be hit with the bat.
Exactly. And
you're gonna waste your time and energy, and you're also like, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, for me, I feel like Nevada took, like, the reins in this lesson because she solidified the ending for me of, like, I was just trying to get to the end of it. Like, how do you actually take something at face value? Like, so much easier said than done when you're not explaining it. Mm-hmm. And when you kind of, like, looped that concept in and we nailed this, I saw in my head, like, the way that I understood this concept was, again, the coin, because it is literally so black and white. Like, is it heads or is it tails? And that's how simple it should be. Like you were saying with the bat, was it a bat or was it not a bat? Like, why are we trying to
it doesn't matter their intention behind swinging the bat.
Why are we trying to negotiate if this is a quarter? This is a quarter. We know that it has a heads and a tails on it, yet we're still trying to, well, look at the design. Oh, this coin is from Mexico, and this coin is from Canada, and this coin is from Europe, and this face is a little bit, this is the face of a woman, this is a face of a man. This is a coin that has a heads and a tails, and there are only two sides to a coin. Take it for what it is. And so with that, personally, after you ate as hard as you did today, I quite literally have nothing left to say other than I am so glad that we were able to talk about this concept, because for me, it has been so healing. I can only imagine how validating it is for others to learn through what we experienced to apply to their own life. Like that, what we went through, what we perceived to be a bad situation, is now a gift.
Yes, it's absolutely.
That is a gift that we can share and that other people can relate to and apply to themselves. And for someone who's like going through something and doesn't have a friend like we have, or they're alone, or they're questioning, or they don't have a support system, or they're in a situation where they've been pulled out of their support system and they're listening to this podcast, like, I would just want someone to know that, like, you are worthy. Yes. You know in your heart of hearts that whatever situation it is that you're going through, if this is relating to you, you know that it's not right for you, and you know that it's not fair, and you don't need to explain that any further. You can take your own worth and your own inner knowing of the situation and forget about what other people may or may not say about you, and trust in yourself and do what you need to do.
You got to do what's best for you. Put yourself first, because these face values are not always valuing you. And you just need to do what's best for you. And like Daniel said, like, I don't have much else to say about taking things at face value other than do what's best for you. When people show you who they are, believe them, and believe them the first time.
Trust me when I say believe them the first time. Thank you for listening to Big in a Small Town podcast, episode 4. Be sure to fight in the comments. Is Von Dutch gay or sick in the head? Please DM us your thoughts on gay or sick in the head. And if you have a concept or a premise or even a phrase that you would like us to debate on this podcast, go ahead and share it, drop it. Also, this is your perfect time at the end of the episode. Send this to one friend who needs to hear this.
Send this to a friend who needs the face card lesson. Or what is it?
So yeah, send this to... Yeah. Girl, she's all... Wait, what's my lesson?
What lesson?
She's all... Honestly, I don't even remember. That was literally a month ago, so... Anyways... And that's on leaving things in the past, babe.
Leave those things in the past. I totally forgot, but I'm springing this on you right now.
Sure.
I wanted to, so the last episode we did ask for you guys to send in your gay or sick in the head. So I thought we could do one audience gay or sick in the head at the end of the episode.
Yeah, let's do a little like, the episode is like unofficially officially over.
Yeah.
And for those of you who want to stay for a little, what is it? It's like the credits are rolling.
The bonus. Oh yeah.
The bonus, like,
I think it's called the bonuses.
Oh yeah, like the edits or the cuts after a movie's over, and then
the bloopers. But these aren't bloopers. These are just.
They get it. It's a metaphor.
It's extra. Okay, you're getting extra content right now for free. So someone said, oh man,
I'm obsessed right now.
Is this gay or sick in the head? Saying I love you after one date.
Oh baby, that's a good one. Oh my god. I feel like I would do this. And is that the gay in me or the sick in this? No, I do this. And I mean it.
You mean it? I mean it in the moment.
I don't do this regularly. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like
Literally,
when I have said it, I do mean it.
I literally have a clip of you from the last episode saying, like, did you not mean it when you said you loved me? And you're like, yeah, love bombing's inauthentic. And now you're like, yeah, I'd say I love you on the first date.
But I would mean it.
And then you got to stand on business afterwards.
But I do. To a fault. But okay, I think it's, for me, I think it's my sickness. I think it's a sickness. But my sickness is like the best part about me.
I love your sickness.
I love your sickness.
Oh my God, thank you.
Oh,
we're
sick
together. We'll be in the insane asylum together. I love that for us. Oh my God, imagine us like being old in some home.
In a house, just freaking bonkers. Hell yeah, bitch.
Okay, one more. Okay, a straight guy who's always shaved, even his crotch area. So like someone who's like, oh, like their face is always shaved.
Oh, their whole body, like
they're just
most of their body.
Yeah.
Like their face, their beard. Oh.
Like a straight man who's like always clean shaved. Always.
Oh. Yeah, that's gay. I think that's gay. You're either a swimmer, a model, or you're gay.
Or you're gay.
Right? Am I missing something?
I would say even the crotch area is probably gay.
Is that a gay thing to do? It's hard for me to answer this question knowing.
Sometimes these answers I'm like, or is it Mexican? Low-key.
Is it gay or is it Mexican?
Is it gay or is it Mexican?
Oh. I can't answer that either. Because they're all gay, Mexican, and sick in the head. For me.
It's a triple whammy.
I don't know.
Wait, what's it called when you're like...
I don't know any different.
What's it called when you like can act, sing, and dance? Oh, triple threat. It's a triple threat. Gay, sick in the head, and Mexican.
You basically become enlightened.
You are the newcomer. What is it?
You probably met Jesus and Buddha.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, God. Girl.
Okay, we need to stop. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you on the next episode, y'all.
Bye.